The title of this podcast is So Many Worthy Causes to Support. How can I support all of them? The answer to that, work on you. I work on me to become the kind of person who is peaceful and kind and only contributes goodness in the world. I've contributed to every single cause just by doing that. Let me just be a great contribution to the world. And I told this story many, many times, and I'll tell it one more time. There is this story in which there was this nomadic tribe that traveled across lands, and they found themselves in a territory occupied by a collection of other tribes. The ruler of that tribe sent a bowl of milk to the leader of the nomadic tribe. And this bowl of milk was almost spilling over. And it was symbolic to say that we can't take on any more people. The land, our resources, the land is spoken for. And the wisdom of the one leader of the nomadic tribe was that he took a handful of sugar and he dropped it into the bowl of milk and sent it back to the leader of the collective tribes. As if to say, we will take nothing from the land. We will only be a contribution. That nomadic tribe went on to become one of the most wealthy and most prosperous tribes in that region. So that's what I say to myself every day I walk into a space, whether it's work, whether it's a department store, whether it's anywhere that I walk into, where there are other people, or there don't have to be any people, there's spaces. How can I be a contribution to this space? A positive contribution to everyone in the space. And to the point of the podcast, to all the wonderful and worthy causes out there, by working on me so that I'm a contribution to every space I get in, every space I come into contact with, every space that I enter. That's how I do that. And so I've really taken that on. In my military days, I'm often given credit for my service in the Marine Corps for the 4 years. And while I understand it and I appreciate being acknowledged for that, I'm a much better citizen to our country, to the world today. Because back then I complained about everything. Today, I complain about nothing. I don't make enemies out of people that disagree with me or hold different beliefs. When I was doing that back in the military, or when I was doing that before the practice, that's not being a great citizen. I wasn't being a great citizen. When I was confusing people's behavior with their humanity, I wasn't being a great citizen. But when I can walk up to someone who thinks differently than I do, believes differently than I do, may not even like me or what I look like, and still be kind, to go to do that, to greet them with an open heart, oh my God, that's being a great citizen. This is how I support all causes, whether it has to do with the environment, whether it has to do with civil liberties, whether it has to do with social justice, causes, all those things which I care deeply about. What's my best contribution? My most valuable contribution to all those? Being kind, being loving, being compassionate. And it starts with me cultivating inner peace within myself. It starts there. So that's where I spend most of my work, is there. I work on me so others don't have to. And then I become a better contribution to everywhere, to other people, like, period. That's what I do. That's my greatest contribution. Of all the places I've been, all the skills and talents that I may bring to the workplace, the one that is most valuable to that workplace is coming in and being a person that doesn't require other people to expend energy or effort to be with me, to not make allowances for my need to be right attitude or my complaining or my cynicism or negativity, for me to make a problem of things outside of my control, whether it's staffing or someone didn't recognize me for this project or whatever the case may be, that they don't have to deal with that. That is the greatest contribution I can do. I can be. And at a place like Mayo Clinic, when I do that, I'm living into the Mayo Clinic values. When I do that, I'm being my higher self. Like, so that is how I support all causes, by being kind, by being loving, and living and leading with an open heart. So, when that question is posed to you, can you give to this or can you contribute to that? Or what about this cause? And there's so many things that you want to do. Let me start with this one. This is the one that will help make a contribution to all of those, is working on you so that whatever you contribute, it will be incredibly valuable. You might say invaluable.